Good night, teacher. Today we are going to present our lesson plan about the zero and first conditionals. To develop this, we have used the 7 main components that we have learned. The first one is the necessary materials, and here we have sets of sentence strips, sheets of paper, markers, worksheets, and a poster. The second one is the objective, and it is the first BGU students will be able to identify the zero and the first conditional with the 90% of accuracy. And the third component is the background knowledge, which is the vocabulary. And here we have the conditionals, the use of will, and the simple present.
Okay, the fourth component refers to direct instruction. This refers to all the activities that teacher will develop during the class. The next component is student practice. In this part, we refer to all the activities that the students will develop during the class. Okay, to start our plan, we are going to develop an engage activity. In this activity, we choose a song about Bruno Mars, which is called Count on Me. In this, we are going to play the song and students have to fill the blanks with the missing parts of first and second conditional.
Okay, continuing with the plan, we have the Explore stage. In this part, we are going to divide our students into groups of 5 students. So it means that each group will have a set of sentence strips with 2 main titles, that is the zero conditional and first conditional. We are going to group our students in a strategic way with the more knowledgeable one that helps other students to understand some verbs. And after they discuss and categorize the questions, well, the statements or sentences we are going to give, we will suggest them to a kind of guided activity in which they will ask some questions and will discuss in their groups to then justify their choices and present to the other ones the categorization.
Okay, in this playing activity, the teacher is going to write some sentences on the board in order to show the structure of the first and zero conditional. The main purpose of this is that students learn in an innovative way and not in a traditional one. So after that, teachers are going to ask to the students what is the difference that they found between these 2 sentences. After that, teacher is going to give them more examples about it in order to clarify the right structure of each sentence.
Then we have the elaborate stage. In this stage, the students are going to apply their knowledge. That's why the teacher is going to write 4 sentences on the board by using the zero and the first conditional, and the students are going to order the sentences, and then they are going to answer to the question in order to identify which sentences are in zero conditional and which ones are in the first condition.
Finally, we have the evaluate stage. So the final phase provides an opportunity for students to review and reflect on their own learning. So the activity chosen for this stage was a matching and classifying activity. In this way, the learner develops their understanding and skills. So here the teacher is going to provide the students with a worksheet, and students are going to hear the instruction, and then they are going to match in a correct way each, and they are going to match the condition and the result, and then they are going to classify it in a chart.
And then we have the last 2 stages and also the last 2 components that are the closure and the demonstration of knowledge. So in here, it is important to mention that the closure is an is the concluding phase of the lesson that summarize the main points that have been covered during the lesson, and also it gives a sense of closure and the completion of the learning experience. So it allows students to reflect on what they have learned, and also it consolidates their understanding. So as we can see here, in this activity, the students are going to identify the two different conditionals that are the zero and the first conditional, through an activity in which they are going to classify correctly the sentences according to the conditional that with which these sentences have been written. So then we have the demonstration of learning, that it is an activity, or also it can be an assessment that allows the students to show their understanding of the lesson. So it is important to mention that the doll, or the demonstration of learning, serves as a evidence that students have acquired knowledge and skills from the lesson. So it is important to mention that this can be different activities, as we can see, as we have in here, that in these, students are the teacher are going to is going to give students a sheet of paper, and students will have to write sentences with using the zero and also the first conditional, in order to demonstrate the what they have learned during the lesson.